I said you try this one yourself. Actually, I did this almost for you. 90 plus sine 90 plus sine 70. If it's plus, you got to use the formula. Okay, formula 1 right here. Plus, then you have 2 sine cosine. Okay, so it's all the deals about the applying the formula. Right. So, sine, you have sine cosine. Then you have sine cosine. 2 in front of it, plus 2 angles divided by 2. Cosine, the difference of 2 angles, 9 minus 7 divided by 2. Here is 9 plus 7 divided by 2. Okay. Now, 7, 9 is 16 divided by 2 is 8. Okay. And then here 9 minus 7 is 2 divided by 2, you have 1. You may say, where did that 2 go? This 2, if you divide 2 on both sides, you may cancel this 2, comes to be 1. And here 0 divided by 2 is 0. So you have sine 8t equals cosine t is 0. Okay, again then you have here is production. Then either sine 8t is 0 or cosine t is 0. So you have 2 possibilities down here. Okay, either sine 8t is 0 for the first one, or either cosine t is 0. Sine 8t is 0, 8t has to be n pi, we did on the left. Cosine t is 0 is t then should be 90 degrees or pi over 2, or 270 degrees, 3 pi over 2. So anyway, it's n pi over 2. N choose integers. Okay, and again, here upstairs divided by 8. Cancel this 8. You have a t equals n pi divided by 8. Okay, so here is n pi over 2, here is n pi over 8. And this one contains this one. It's because if n equals 4k, then you have 4 upstairs cancel 8, downstairs is 2. So the form will be look like the same with those 2. So you can basically use this one as the general solution. So that's t equals n pi over 8. Okay. Yeah. So that's the first example, and you try yourself. Now, let's see the last example. The last example is ask us to see if this equation is an identity or not. Now, you know, what's the difference for the equation and identity? If it's an identity, you can change in this one by using all the formulas to the right-hand side. You'll get identity. But for this one, this is not identity because you can only find the solutions. Not every x. Some x satisfy this one, then it's called the equation. Some of the t-values satisfy this one, then this one, and this one are called equations. Identity is that you put any value here, you always get the same for the same value you put on the right. Yeah. For example, you may put 45 here. Yeah. And then if you put 45 degrees here, you should get the same answer. Okay, that's called identity. So theta works for any value. If for some of the values, then that's called equation. So here is subtraction, those two. Then we got to use formulas. For sine addition, sine you get what? For sine you get sine cosine. Okay, what was the formula over where? Over here. Let me find out for you. I think it's below it. Yep, right here. You see, sine is sine cosine. Okay. So you have a sine cosine for the numerator here. And you have 2 in front of it. 3 plus 9, 3 minus 9 for cosine. And then 3 plus 9, 12, divided by 2, you have a 6, sine 6 theta. And here is sine 3 minus 9 is negative 6, divided by 2, you have a negative 3. So negative 3 theta, positive 6 theta. Again, negative for cosine, that's positive, cosine 3 theta. And here is 2 sine 6 theta. So that's for numerator. Denominator, cosine, cosine, you always get cosine, cosine, right? Yeah, that's right here. Formula 3. Cosine, cosine, then you have cosine, cosine. Okay. So let's use this formula. I'll move this one up a little bit so you can only see this formula 3. And here you can see the numerator we are working on, denominator we are working on. 3 theta, 9 theta, cosine, cosine. And then using this formula you have a 2, and you have a cosine, u plus v, so 3 plus 9, and here u minus v, 3 minus 9. It's the same. It's the same. The only difference is here was sine and cosine, here is cosine and cosine. Okay, so move on. 6 theta, negative 3 theta, cosine comes to be positive, and here is cosine 6 theta. So sine 3 theta plus sine 9 theta over cosine 3 theta plus cosine 9 theta on the left is actually this one. Is actually the one on the right, this one over this one. So that's why we have that. Okay? So 2 sine 6 theta, cosine 3 theta, and 2 cosine 6 theta, cosine 3 theta, you write it down here. Okay? Yeah. Here, this one over this one, you see, it's actually the one here, this one over the one here. So you can cancel this cosine 3 theta. 2 also cancelled. And then sine 6 theta over cosine 6 theta, sine over cosine is tan 6 theta. That's exactly this one. So this one will be identity. Okay. This product to sum and sum to product. These are the two more examples. And I think this will be all for this lecture. Okay, I'll see you next time.